Hello and welcome to Mr. Game Review Show. Don't forget to subscribe the channel, hit the like button and put a comment below the video. Thank you so much. The original Medal of Honor, released on the PlayStation 1 in 1999, was a groundbreaking title in the first-person shooter genre, particularly for console gaming. Here's a review that covers its key aspects. Medal of Honor is set during World War II and follows the story of Lieutenant Jimmy Patterson, a member of the US Office of Strategic Services. The game immerses players in covert operations behind enemy lines. The narrative is relatively straightforward but compelling, serving its purpose of giving context to the missions. Steven Spielberg's involvement in the concept helped craft an authentic and immersive World War II atmosphere, adding a level of gravitas to the experience. For its time, Medal of Honor stood out by focusing on tactical combat rather than the fast-paced, run-and-gun style typical of shooters in the 1990s. Players are encouraged to use cover, plan attacks, and approach situations with strategy. The game includes a variety of missions, from sabotage to infiltration, and offers different objectives that contribute to a sense of realism. The controls, while somewhat clunky by modern standards, were innovative for console FPS games of that era. Aiming with the PlayStation controller took practice, but the overall combat felt satisfying, with a solid range of period-accurate weapons like the M1 Garand and Thompson submachine gun. While the graphics were impressive for a PlayStation 1 game featuring decent character models and environments, they look dated by today's standards. Textures are simple and animations can appear stiff. However, the environments are atmospheric, from bombed-out cities to enemy bases, capturing the war setting effectively. The sound design is where Medal of Honor truly shines. The orchestral soundtrack, composed by Michael Giacchino, adds a cinematic quality to the game, heightening tension and drama. Gunfire and explosions are well executed, adding to the immersive experience. The enemy AI was quite advanced for its time. Enemies would react to being shot, take cover, and attempt to flank the player. However, they were still limited by the hardware, so there were moments when they would behave unrealistically, such as running straight into danger or failing to notice the player nearby. The split-screen multiplayer mode was a fun addition, allowing players to go head-to-head in death matches. While the maps and modes were limited compared to later multiplayer shooters, it provided plenty of fun for two players. Medal of Honor set the stage for future World War II shooters, including its own sequels and the Call of Duty franchise. It was one of the first games to approach war in a more serious and historically grounded manner, making it a critical and commercial success. It's considered a pioneer in bringing the FPS genre to consoles and delivering a narrative-driven World War II experience. For those who played it in 1999, Medal of Honor was a revelation, blending action, strategy, and historical storytelling in a way that few games had before. While the gameplay and graphics may feel dated today, it remains a nostalgic and important title that helped define the World War II shooter genre. Medal of Honor still has a loyal fan base, especially among retro gaming enthusiasts and those who have a fondness for early World War II shooters. Many fans who played Medal of Honor when it first launched on the PlayStation 1 have a nostalgic connection to the game. It was one of the earliest World War II FPS games on consoles, and for many, it was their introduction to the genre. Fans often revisit the game for the fond memories it evokes, even if the mechanics and graphics seem outdated today. The game is remembered for its impact on the FPS genre, particularly on consoles. Medal of Honor laid the groundwork for later World War II shooters, including the Call of Duty and Battlefield franchises. Its attention to historical detail and the serious tone it brought to war games made it stand out, and fans still appreciate its influence on modern gaming. The retro gaming community has kept older titles like Medal of Honor alive through discussions, online forums, and streaming platforms. YouTube videos, playthroughs, and retrospectives keep the game in the public eye, drawing in both longtime fans and new players interested in gaming history. Some players still enjoy revisiting the campaign for its unique missions, while the split-screen multiplayer mode offers a fun, nostalgic way to enjoy classic FPS action with friends. Though limited by today's standards, the split-screen feature is something that many fans miss in modern games, and it's still a draw for local multiplayer gaming sessions. As a piece of gaming history, original copies of Medal of Honor for the PlayStation 1 have become collectibles. Fans of retro games often enjoy collecting these classic titles, keeping them relevant in the gaming culture. While it may not have the same large fan base as modern FPS games, Medal of Honor still has a dedicated group of followers who appreciate its historical significance and nostalgic charm.
Good morning, Lieutenant. I'm Colonel Hargrove from the Office of Strategic Services. I'll get right to the point. The OSS was formed 2 years ago by presidential order to serve as the intelligence branch of the United States military.